Today is the day, people. Hello everybody, it's Lisa and welcome to a new video. So yeah, this is probably like my 5th vlog in the past month and I'm not sorry about it. We love a vlogging queen, a vlogging queen that never leaves her room. Anyway, Chain of Gold came out today. It is the 3rd of March and I am going and getting my copy later today and I am freaking out. So Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare is like a sequel to the Infernal Devices trilogy. It's a part of her Shadowhunter Chronicles, the Shadowhunter world. It's book number 1000 and it's technically a sequel to like the Infernal Devices, but it's set quite a few years after that. It's following the characters from the Infernal Devices and their children. So it is quite a bit after, but I'm so excited. If you are not new to this channel, if you've seen probably any of my videos prior to this one, you would know that the Infernal Devices are my favorite Cassandra Clare books. I absolutely love them. So the fact that we are getting a sequel to them is just, it's just wonderful and I'm not ready. But because I am so excited about this book, I thought I would do a reading vlog for it because Cassandra Clare books are kind of a big deal in my brain. None have really come out since starting my channel other than Ghost of the Shadow Market and The Red Scrolls of Magic, but neither of those for me were like super exciting, but I feel like this is like the first like really big release that Cassandra Clare's done since starting my channel, so I wanted to do a reading vlog for it. There's not much to say as of right now, considering I don't have the book yet, can't start reading it. There's nothing to say. But I do just want to say I don't really have any predictions of what's going to happen. I also don't even know who these people are. I mean, I do. But if there's not a family tree in this book at all, I'm going to have to make one because I'm going to get so confused. There's a lot of characters, a lot of siblings, a lot of parabatais, a lot of half-siblings. How am I supposed to keep track of that? How am I supposed to do it, Cassandra Clare? Tell me how. Emma Books just made a video talking about everything you need to know before Chain of Gold, and she kind of talked about each character and how they're related, so I might need to reference that and the internet in general and make a family tree of my own if there isn't one in the book, which I feel like there should be. But yeah, I'm just babbling now because I'm so excited. So I will probably, maybe, I don't know why I said probably, there's a very low probability. I will try my best to maybe film some clips when I'm at the bookstore when I go and pick up Chain of Gold, but probably not because I always say that and I never do. So like I said, always vlogging in my bedroom. Shouldn't be a surprise. So yeah, I'm going to stop babbling now, and I will check in with you guys once I have acquired the masterpiece that is Chain of Gold. Your girl was gonna film a video today. It was nice and sunny and nice and bright when I got up, and now it's all very cloudy outside and very windy as well. So I think that's the universe trying to tell me to just read Chain of Gold today. That's fine. The fact that this is even in my hands right now, but then also BTS dropping the Black Swan music video, I don't know how I'm supposed to focus on anything else. But yes, I have it. I have Chain of Gold. I started it last night. I didn't get super far into it. I only read the first chapter, so I'm up to page 43. And I do want to say, I didn't say it at the beginning of the video, but if you don't want to be spoiled for Chain of Gold, I'd maybe leave. I'm going to be talking about spoilers in this vlog just because I find it silly to do a whole vlog based off of this book and then not actually talk about it. Plus, I don't think I'm going to be able to not scream about what happens in here. So there's your warning, spoilers for Chain of Gold and probably the Infernal Devices trilogy as well. So if you haven't read them and you plan to, add this to your watch later and come back once you have. But now I'm going to proceed with talking about Chain of Gold. So listen, I was so confused about what was going on. I was reading last night during the first chapter, and these names kept popping up, and I had no clue who they were. So James was in the scene, which I know he's James Herondale, I know who he is, and then they talked about Matthew Fairchild, I think, and I think they said his last name because I knew who he was, so he was fine. But then they were talking about Thomas and Christopher, and I was like, who are you?
Wait a minute! Who are you?
So what I ended up doing last night was I started reading and then I took like 20 minutes to make a little cheat sheet thing. I looked up a family tree on Google and then also looked on like Shadowhunter's Wikipedia or whatever, and I made this little cheat sheet. I basically just wrote all the different couples from the Infernal Devices and then who their kids were, because I just need to know that. I just need to know who these kids are, whose parents they are, who they belong to, what their last names are. It's all very confusing because there's a lot of characters in the Infernal Devices trilogy and then they all have kids and they all had multiple kids, so it's a lot happening and I don't know who anybody is. But having that has been very helpful so far. I've referenced it quite a few times. So I don't have too many thoughts so far, just that I'm confused as to what's going on a little bit by the end of chapter 1, in the like days past Idris 1899 part, with the end with James cutting down Tatiana Lightwood. Is that her name? She was married to Blackthorn, but now I don't know. But he's cutting down like her hedges or something, and then Grace Blackthorn shows up and she says, "It has been so long since I spoke with anyone but Mama." What? So that is confusing and I need to continue on because I have so many questions and I'm very intrigued to see where this goes. Like I said, I have no predictions, so I really have no idea what I'm getting into. So yeah, it's cloudy and so I'm not going to be filming today, so I'm going to try and get as far as possible into Chain of Gold. I also am in like a little group chat with Andrea from Andrea Reads and Therese from Bookish Therese, and we're talking about it together, and I think that they are a lot farther ahead than I am. I think that they're already like 100 pages in, and I'm on page 43, so I need to catch up. So that is my first initial update on Chain of Gold, and yeah, I'm gonna go and do some reading, and I will check in the next time something very dramatic happens, which is probably gonna be every chapter because it's Cassandra Clare. Okay, so I am currently getting ready to film the video that I've been trying to film all week. I've been putting it off long enough and making excuses, but it's finally sunny, so I'm going to film. And I thought while I get ready, I could talk about Chain of Gold, my thoughts, where I'm at, and all of that. That rhymed. So with Chain of Gold, I am up to page 266, which is the beginning of chapter 11, and Jen is trying to fall out of the book. So far, I have some thoughts. I don't have too many like predictions of what's going to happen. Also, I'm going to look crazy with my makeup. So I don't trust Grace Blackthorn. I don't know what it is. She's giving me bad vibes. Both her and Tatiana, honestly, are kind of giving me some strange vibes. Tatiana, I think, is just bitter, but I don't know if she would do anything. Whereas I feel like Grace is being very strange. Like, I almost feel bad for her because she is living with Tatiana and clearly it's not like a good situation. But also her and that bracelet. What's up with that? Like Grace having James sneak into their house as a shadow to steal the bracelet and then having him wear it. And then in the last chapter when they met up and they were fighting the demons, right before that she like held his wrist to make sure he was still wearing the bracelet. Like, I don't know, it makes me uncomfortable. I'm very confused by her. Emma from Emma Books did a video on Chain of Gold, and she was talking about how there's two villains in the story. So I think one of the villains is going to be Tessa's demon father, so James and Lucy's like demon grandfather, because there's a lot of stuff with demons happening that's really strange, and I feel like that's probably going to be one of them. But I feel like Grace and or Tatiana will probably be one. I don't know. I get bad vibes from them. And also there's a ghost. Jesse Blackthorn is like a ghost and only Lucy can see him. It's a very strange, very peculiar. I don't know what to predict. I just know it's strange. Grace has also just said some weird stuff as well, like why she wants to be there and stuff, and how she was like demanding James to say that he wanted to marry her and he was like, no, I won't say it. Like, why did she want him to say it so bad? I don't know. I don't trust her. So yeah, I don't trust Grace at all. She may end up being fine. I may end up being wrong, but She just seems very strange to me. Also, me and Therese and Andrea were talking about it, and she kind of gives us like Annabelle Blackthorne vibes. I think just because her last name's Blackthorne and she seems a little off, I'm like, oh, she reminds me of Annabelle. But in other news, Thomas and Alistair, I don't know how to say his name. I'm sensing something there. That's gonna be a thing, I think, I hope. Something else very big just happened when I just ended to start getting ready to film. At the end of chapter 10, you find out that Barbara has passed away. And Barbara is, let me look at my note card. Barbara is Sophie and Gideon's daughter, and she was attacked when they were by the lake for the picnic by those demons. So that's crazy, and I'm not really ready to continue reading. I feel like that's going to be very emotional. I can't say I'm surprised. Again, with Emma from Emma Books, her video, she said that there were 2 character deaths that we knew by name. So I figured one of those people were going to pass away, and it was going to be someone we knew, but it wasn't going to be like one of the main characters. But I also feel like as we get closer to the end, I'm gonna get more and more scared. I'm just not prepared to continue because I really have like no idea on what is going to happen. I kind of have no thoughts. I have no predictions other than Grace and Tatiana and Jesse the ghost. There's something going on. I don't know if they're all bad, but I don't trust them. I feel like much of this update hasn't made any sense. You can't expect me to make sense while also doing my makeup. I'm not good at multitasking. So to summarize, I don't trust Grace. I don't trust Tatiana. I don't know if I should trust Jesse because he warned Lucy about the demon attack, but also like he's involved in that family. I don't know. I don't know whether to trust him yet. But other than that, I am really enjoying it. I am really enjoying all of the characters. I feel like this time period is just Cassie Clare's like prime. I don't know. I just feel like she writes this time period with these characters so well. I'm excited to keep going, but also scared because someone's already died. Like, am I prepared for this? No, but I'm gonna have to be. So I'm going to finish getting ready, and then I'm going to film my video, and then probably just continue on reading after that. I kind of didn't want to put it down to film this video, which I should have known was gonna happen, but I have to film my wrap up, so unfortunately I have to stop. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys hopefully soon. Anyone else hate filming wrap ups? Just me? Okay. So I just finished filming my February wrap up, and now my plan is to read the rest of the day. I want to do a quick little calculation on how much I have left of the book. So I just did math on a calculator because this brain, not good at math. I have 316 pages left. If I really tried, I could probably finish it today because it's like 1:15, but I don't think that that's going to happen. Knowing my brain and how sidetracked I get, it's not going to happen. But I probably could finish by tomorrow. So I'm going to shut up and I'm gonna continue reading. I'm up to chapter 11, and like I just said, Barbara's just died, so that's crazy. I'm gonna stop babbling because I'm not gonna get any closer to being finished if I continue to babble. So I'm gonna go and read. Just kind of wanted to vlog when I was wearing makeup because I feel like half the time when I vlog, I don't have makeup on. I just wanted to prove that I don't look like that all the time. Okay, yep, I'm babbling. All right, see you later. Okay, so it's now been like an hour, I think, probably since I last updated. I ended up just editing the footage that I had for this vlog so far because I want to get this up as close to the Chain of Gold release day as possible. So I edited what I have so far. It's now almost 2:30, and I did read a little bit while I waited for the footage to import. I only read this much, but something very surprising has happened, and I wanted to react to it and talk about it because it's not at all something I was expecting. So Charles and what's his name? So Alistair, how do you say his name? Alistair? I don't know. Whatever his name is, Alistair and Charles Fairchild? Huh? So Charles is engaged to someone who I think is seeing Anna Lightwood, but they're basically just together to appeal to everybody else, but are secretly with other people. What? That is not what I was expecting. I was over here like, oh yeah, Thomas and Alistair, whatever his name is. I was all for it. But now I feel like I've been scammed. I don't know what Is Thomas Alistar and Charles gonna be another love triangle? How many love triangles can this person write about and not get sick of them? Cassandra Clare, I need to call you. Okay, yeah, that was my quick little update. I just had to comment on that because I was not expecting that at all. So yeah, I'm gonna go and actually read now. Okay, so I'm almost done. I only have like a few pages left, but Cassandra Clare epilogues are always insane. Whether they make you emotional or they're like a crazy cliffhanger, they're a lot. So I think I'm going to read it and kind of record my reaction, and then I'll talk about it a little bit after that. But we also have a Tessa and Will like story at the end, so I don't know. I'm gonna read the epilogue and then read the Tessa and Will story, and then I will talk about my thoughts. Am I in frame here? Okay, here we go. I've reread this same sentence over and over again. Hold on. I'm not processing. What? Okay. Okay, well, head empty. I'm gonna go and read Fairy Tale of London. I'm not ready for this, but it's fine. I'm gonna go read that, and then I will be back to sum up my thoughts on Chain of Gold. Okay, first of all, how am I supposed to talk about Chain of Gold when I just read that little short story? Hi, yeah, I cried. Listen, if you can get through Fairy Tale of London without crying, you're magic. I don't understand. Jem's letter, hello, tears immediately. Okay, anyway, so I loved that, and I loved Chain of Gold. Like I said earlier, that this is like Cassandra Clare's like prime. I don't know what it is about this time period, but she just does it so well. It's so good. So what is there to say about this? Okay, I was confused the first like 100 or so pages just on who was who, but eventually I figured it out, and I had to make that little cheat sheet, and I kept referencing it, but actually by like halfway through I wasn't really looking at it anymore. I actually kind of feel like I know who is who. But once I got to know the characters, I loved them already, but knowing them and reading about them, it just made me love them even more, and being able to revisit with the characters from the Infernal Devices trilogy was emotional. It was very emotional reading about the characters from the Infernal Devices, like Will and Tessa and Jem and everybody, because it kept talking about how they're all looking older, how there's gray in Will's hair and gray in Charlotte's hair, and every time they mentioned it, I just had to stop and like take a deep breath because that hurt me. But the new characters as well, I already love them so much. The farther I got into this book, the farther I fell in love with these characters, or the more I started to hate them. Tatiana, don't trust her, especially reading the epilogue. What is up with that? And Grace, I still don't trust. I don't know what is up with her. I feel like her personality changes depending on who she's talking to, and the thing with the bracelet is definitely confirmed sketchy because of that epilogue. Like, I just don't like her. I don't trust her, but I feel like she is just going to trick everybody, and I just don't know what to expect, but I don't trust her. Jesse Blackthorn's okay. I think he's okay. Who else? Alistar, I still don't know how to say his name. Alistar, but he actually kind of grew on me throughout the book. I don't know if I necessarily love him yet, but I don't hate him as I did at the beginning. But I feel like all the other characters I loved at the beginning and I love now. So I don't know. I'm very emotional. This was so good. The thing is with this book too is I was thinking like it's like 500-ish pages, and I was thinking that like Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows were like over 700 pages or 700 pages around that mark. And I was like, this is quite a bit shorter than her other books as of recently, other than Red Scrolls, but I don't think that there was a lack of plot and characters and everything. Like, there was a lot crammed into this book. It didn't take that long to get right into it. Things were happening from the start pretty much. There was constant plot. You're following so many characters that obviously there's going to be so much going on, which I really enjoyed. I liked that there was a lot going on. I was very entertained throughout the whole thing. I feel like there's certain things that definitely concluded sort of in this book, but also I feel like there's still a lot of questions. And this is the first book, so there are going to be more questions and more plot things going on, but I'm just really interested to see where this goes. I'm scared, but also excited. So I absolutely loved this. I think I'm going to give it 5 stars. I can't imagine giving it anything less. There was nothing I disliked. I genuinely loved so much of this book, so many different aspects. The characters, their relationships, the plot lines, the everything that weaved together. It was just chef's kiss, so good. And also this cover. I'm obsessed with it. But yeah, I think that's going to complete my Chain of Gold vlog. I'm just going to go and hug this for the next 3 hours now. I'd love to know if you've read Chain of Gold, what you thought. Basically just talk to me about this book, these characters. I feel like I'm going to need to yell about them forever. But yeah, I think that's going to complete this vlog. So please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you have not already. If you want to stick around, I would appreciate it. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Alright, time to go cry over Will Herondale now.